Cam Barber for Cam's Mortgage Minute on Wednesday, July 17th. Hey, today I thought I'd take a few minutes out and chat with you about equity lending. This is a phrase I'm sure you've heard from time to time, and I do get asked this question: what exactly is equity lending? Well, equity lending is pretty straightforward. What it means is that you've got equity in your property and you've got lenders who are interested lending on that basis. What is equity lending's kind of minimum criteria? Well, it's basically equity. That's the key. So let's assume that you have a property worth $500,000 and you owe $300 right now. Well, you've got $200,000 of equity in that property. In other words, you got 40%. Kind of the magic number for a lot of equity lenders, where they're not going to be asking a lot of questions and it's a pretty straightforward process, pretty expedient when you want money, is 65%. That seems to be really the number that a lot of them like to see. So again, on that $500,000 property as an example, those lenders would be lending up to $325,000, pretty much no questions asked. I mean, of course, they're going to want to make sure that you don't owe the government any money, you're not in arrears or anything like that. And as long as all of that's good, you're good to go. I mean, that's pretty much it. Now, as far as rates go on equity lending, they really do vary a lot. We've got times where we can get equity lending done around the 4% mark. And there's times that you're going to pay 8 or 10% or maybe even higher. So it really is going to vary case by case. Now, equity lending will go higher. There is equity lenders that sometimes go up to 80, and I've had a couple who've even gone to 85. But however, you have to remember, the higher it goes, the more the pricing is going to go up, the costs are going to go up, and then your credit's going to come more and more into play. They are going to be looking at you and saying, okay, well, what's the reasonability with this individual? What are they going to make and whatever else? Now, the types of folks who usually look towards equity lending are folks who are looking for short-term solutions to problems. You may be like a business owner, you found the ideal piece of property. However, as you know, commercial lending is pretty tough, so you know that this is the right situation. You can either flip it or make some money off it or whatever, so you know it makes sense in the interim. There could also be a situation where you've got a spousal separation and you know, nobody can prove their income, or you may have recently immigrated to this country. There's lots of different scenarios where equity lending can come into play. How quickly can we get you money under an equity lending situation? Well, if you're around that 65% mark, we've been able to turn those deals over as quickly as 2 days. From the time we got the initial application to the time the folks got their money. It can happen that quickly. Again, like I said, at 65, there's really no questions. We're not that concerned about your credit. None of those things are going to trouble us much unless there's something really glaringly obvious that's troubling or traumatic. But again, nothing we can't get through, nothing we can't bridge. We've dealt with CRA debt before, we've dealt with garnishees before, we've dealt with collections, all kinds of things. We can usually mutter our way through any of that stuff. So what do you do? What do you need to do if you want to get one of these equity lending loans? Well, give us a call. Just get a hold of me. It's Cam the Mortgage Man. You can reach me toll free at 1-877-686-4246 anytime. Give us a shout at the Auxilium team. I mean, that's what we're here to do. We'll help you get through the process. We'll walk you through. We will give you the option. So again, under those equity lending scenarios, there's if you want it really quick, there's times when you've got more time. And again, like I said, the rates will vary. So don't be put off or think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be paying double-digit rates. Not necessarily. The rates sometimes can be quite surprising, as they're pretty reasonable. And as far as fees and costs, or maybe some, may not, we'll discuss all of that with you up front, so you know exactly what you're in for. But again, if you need one of those equity lending loans, and it doesn't matter whether you live in the Lower Mainland, in the Okanagan, or you live on the island here, we're certainly more than happy to assist you with any one of those. Any questions with respect to that? Anything further you'd like to know? Like I said, don't hesitate. Give me a shout at the give me a shout, and I'll be happy to help you out. Enjoy the sunshine. Hopefully, where you are, it's shining, and I will see you tomorrow.